let me tell you what happened. I don't know if you all remember this Sunday, but it was about 6 months ago when the Lord released that word to me about dominion and the capacity that He had given us in the city. Remember that? It was about 6 months ago. And ever since that day, the Lord took me back there to this morning. He said, since that day, what you released, everything has been fighting against you. Fighting against what you released. Everything. Everything that could fight, would fight. I'm going to release it to y'all again. I didn't have it written down in this book, but if those that you or I start talking, and some of you got to remember that the Lord showed me that there would be 22,000 in Dominion Church. Remember that? Remember that? And the Lord said that, yes, that we will have 7 distribution centers all over the city of Orlando, right? You remember that? It's coming back to you, and the Lord said, this has been 6 months now. And the Lord said that we are here in this territory, but our territory covers from Daytona to all the way down to the Waterford Lakes area on this side, Pastor Derrick and my side. And then the side that the Bells would be covering would be all the way from like Apopka on the northern side of the city, all the way down to Kissimmee, but they'll be on the west side. And the Lord told me that it would be a total of 22,000. I think 7,500 or something was what I heard in this area, and 75,000, but all 7,500, but altogether it was going to be 22,000. The Lord hadn't showed me everything, but He told me the day that I released that, people that were in the house that did not believe, they walked out and they murmured and they complained against what was said and stirred things up in the atmosphere. See, all the enemy needs is somebody to believe him. Just like we believe the Lord, all the enemy needs to do. And then what happens is they go out and they stir out doubt and unbelief, and then they shoot arrows back at what the word of the Lord has been released. So since that day, I'm just going to be frankly honest with you, a lot of people left. They left because they didn't understand. They were like, what is she talking about? We can't even fill up these 100 chairs that we have now. I'm just telling you what the enemy did. I'm telling you what the Lord was showing me. And then, there was some stirring of unbelief in the house. People are like, well, what are they doing? Why? Well, listen, we're walking this thing by faith. And so it doesn't really matter what you see. It doesn't matter how you see it. It doesn't matter what it looks like. We're walking this thing by faith. So if I say 22,000 and there's 2 of us sitting here, all we got to do is believe that God said it and believe by faith and then ask Him for strategy to keep what God has for us. So I said, okay, God. So He said, ever since that day, even people that didn't really like you, they didn't like how you moved, they didn't like how you acted, they didn't like how you sang, they didn't like this, they just came and just said, you know what, I'm just going to do what I do. Some of them walked away. Some of them walked away without a phone call, without a text, without an audio, without anything. I talked about this with some people the other day. I just don't understand how people could walk away. The Lord said, don't worry about them, they'll die in the wilderness. I said, what do you mean, Lord? He said, I told you you're going to the promise. And those that don't believe, not just in what you say, but what I say, not just here at Dominion Church, but in general, if they don't get it, they will die in the wilderness. They will live their life sad. They will live their life hopeless. They'll be looking at you saying, how did she get that? And then you're saying, all I did was believe, because it's really not me. It's not me doing the work. It's God doing the work. Amen. And so God said to me, He said, listen, there's a remnant of people that are going to release the word as you have released it. They're going to sound the alarm. It only takes one person to sound an alarm, but the whole town comes running. Did you hear what I said? It only takes one person to go and ring the bell. You know, the Liberty Bell, they run one person rang it, but the whole country, the whole continent, the whole world came running. Did you understand what I'm saying? When they rang the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, when the first men that signed the Constitution and they were there in a meeting, guess what happened? They rang the Liberty Bell and people came from Ireland, people came from Asia, people came from Antarctica, they came from Australia. They rang the sound of liberty. Well, can I tell you right now, the Lord told me to tell you that I'm ringing the sound of dominion. And people are going to come. Y'all are getting this. Y'all are getting this. Y'all are getting this. I told somebody before I got up here this morning, I said, I'm not going to be up here alone. And they bust out laughing. I said, well, God might be up here alone, but I'm not going to be up here alone. I'm telling you what the Lord is saying over me right now for speaking, that listen to my voice clearly. I am ringing the dominion bell over your life in every area. Every area in your life that you have been lacking, that you have been falling under subpar, that you have been living under the rule of the enemy, and fear and doubt and unbelief have been the torment that has driven your life. I'm ringing the dominion bell over your life. You have dominion. I said you have dominion. You are dominion. It's not. Listen, you pick the gift up right now. Just grab it. Hold on tight to it right now. Hold on, dominion. Dominion is yours. It is yours. You didn't have to do anything for it. It is a great gift. It is a gift that comes from God. And all you have to do is believe. come to church early and they come to church late and they leave early. You know, like, I mean, they don't really want the presence of God. You know, I don't understand it. They won't get on the prayer call. God said, listen, everybody's not, many are called, but few are chosen. Listen, are you getting what I'm saying? Lord, I'm like, God, you know, I want this for the people. He said, well, if they don't want it for themselves, there's no need in you getting upset because they don't want it. He said, you just dust this dust off of your feet and keep on going. You just keep on praying. You do what I called you to do. You say what I called you to say, Duchess. You know what? I've been a procured girl all my life. Everybody that's connected to me will tell you that I have not been scared, not one day in my life. Not one, I mean, anytime. If you're ready to fight, I'm like, come on, let's do it. You know what I mean? And, you know, so I mean, my dad will tell you, I grew up in the house with 2 boys. So listen, I had to have my bows ready. You know what I mean? Because as a matter of fact, my oldest brother is 9 years older than me. And so listen, you got to get this. For quite a many years, my brother would beat me up. You know, he didn't really, not him. Not me too. Me and him, this one here, he would fight with me. Me and my brother had fought many fights together, growing up with my oldest brother because he's so much older than us. So listen, one day my oldest brother thought he was going to get big and bad. I had turned about 14, so I realized I had some authority. So I said, okay, see, I told him when he was getting ready to fight me, I said, look here, I said, this is going to be your last day. This is going to be the last time you ever hit me, yell at me, talk to me, disrespect me, dishonor me, put my name down. My brother told me one day, I was 8 years old, he said, you were an accident, you were never even supposed to be here. I said, this is the last day you torment me, this is the last day that you even come in my face and get with me. He said, you ain't going to do nothing. I said, well, go ahead, keep on talking. I got up, I was sitting on the sofa, I walked in the kitchen, and I got the biggest pot I could. And I said, if you come over here, I'm going to wear you out. I'm not afraid of you anymore. Your last day. This is your last day. Some of y'all need to get a pot out. Some of y'all need to get the word out. Some of you need to get your arms out, ready to fight the enemy with faith. It really wasn't that I had the pot in my hand that was the power. It was the words that were coming out of my mouth. I believe what I was saying. I was tired of him beating up on me and talking about me and telling me all kinds of crazy stuff, being used by the enemy to make me weak and to make. But listen, honey, he made a fire out of me. So this is what I did. I got that pot. He came over, he pushed me in the head, and I said, "This is the last day," and I beat my brother down. So this is gonna be on the internet in a couple of, I don't know how many, a couple of days, Sabrina. It's gonna be on the internet, so he'll probably get on here and just go ahead and come to Jesus right now, because I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I wore him out. I wore him out with the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. See my dear one, my dear beats up on there. I wore him out. I'm not ashamed to say it. I beat my brother down with that pot, but I guarantee you, to this day, he respects me. To this day, he has never called me out of my name since that day, since I was 14. He has never said anything to me to make me feel bad about who I am since that day. As a matter of fact, there are days when he actually will come up to me and say, "You're my big sister." And I'm the baby girl. I'm the baby girl. Some days he calls me mama. He says, "I need to hear something like Mama was saying. Can you talk to me?" I'm telling you, God, when he gives you authority, God will give you authority right now, Alicia. You have allowed the enemy to